Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Kirill Bichutsky is here. He is a nightlife photographer who is one of the most successful in that business. You know, I look at both of the papers. I look at Mick Jagger, and it reminds me what's so cool about what you do. I used to have a book called, I gave it as a way to a gift to a good friend of mine, called New York in the 70s. And it had, Mick Jagger and the Stones at Studio 54 in the 70s in New York, and all these shots of, like, people around the city. And it's just cool that someone took those pictures, you know? And they're really fun to look at. Is your goal to do more famous people, or do you like doing the unknown crazy people at a club?
I like a balance of both, I think. I mean, the Studio 54 stuff is, I think, what inspired me the most.
Yeah, it's so much fun to look at.
Because when I started shooting, it was more of a reaction to how boring nightlife photography was.
Right.
Because at this point, I don't know if you've been, like, nightlife, it's all about selling bottles now.
Absolutely.
And people buying tables.
Oh, no.
So
it's obscene what they charge.
So all the photos I saw were just like 2 dudes standing with 3 girls holding their bottle of vodka they spent $1,000 on.
Right.
And I was like, that's not your night.
Yeah.
So I kind of went out and wanted to show the more gritty,
good point.
the raw, the fun side.
Yeah.
The stuff that, like, Studio 54 photos showed.
Right.
You know, it was just more energy, people having a good time.
Have you come across any celebrities who are like a guaranteed good time? Like, something nutty's going to happen.
I mean, anytime I work a lot with, like, Little John.
Oh, you do, yeah.
I mean, he's a maniac.
Yeah, right.
Him and I went to Guadalajara together one time, which was the craziest experience of my life.
It sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Little John in Guadalajara.
Travis McCoy. Travis McCoy is, to me, one of the weirdest people I've ever met because he's a huge radio star. And then he hangs out like he's just a normal guy.
Right.
And we went to a party together, and I poured champagne off a girl's butt, and he just sat there and lapped it up. Right. And I photos, and I'm like, are you cool with this? He's like, post whatever you want.
I'm more than cool with this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's trying to still get
some stuff people want to look edgy and fun. Yeah, right. And you're their best friend at that point.
Of course, yeah.
Definitely. Wow.
Yeah.
Boschetti, what do you think of this?
I'm loving every minute of this. I'm loving this.
Why can't you do something?
You got to come out with me.
I think you'd find some good shots.
Yeah.
That would be, some great photos of Mike.
Thank you, but
pouring champagne on Mike's face.
Would they be able to put his?
It's a lot of champagne.
Would they be able to put his sleep apnea machine behind the bar?
Would that be cool and hip? You think?
I just got a new machine actually.
Do a lot of the young
dude? The weirder, the better.
Do a lot of the young hip kids at the clubs in Arizona have a sleep apnea machine?
No, but they should.
A sleep apnea machine hooked up to it and getting the champagne facial with the sleep apnea machine on.
Mike is famous for having diseases from the 1800s, like he has the gout,
dysentery,
that's coming up, scurvy. By the way, someone on Twitter, great new character we got to do for you, the Great Goutsby.
Yeah, no, that'll be awesome.
We got to get a suit, like a pink suit.
Yeah, I don't care.
Hey,
have some fun.
How does it work? Like when we're talking about the Studio 54 photos that you were so into, you have sort of an investment in the future in that eventually,
hopefully,
your photos from now will be those iconic.
Or like you said before, somebody gets famous that's in a photo
era,
doing something nutty.
Like, how does that work? I mean, eventually, this could be even bigger than it is now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the cool thing about these photos is that they're important now.
Right.
And then they'll also have that shelf life of 10, 20 years from now where half these just random drunk kids are famous.
Oh, could you imagine if someone had a picture 30 years ago of Barack Obama at a bachelor party throwing a midget?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just midget tossing.
Right.
Our future president. That's the fun. That's the fun.
Yeah, or just a famous actress with champagne all over her face.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's just like...
Yeah, you never know. In L.A., if you go to clubs in L.A., that could happen. A lot of nutties. What about L.A.? Do you like it out there? Do you go a lot?
It's grown on me a lot.
Yeah.
L.A. was very pretentious the first 2 times I went. Everyone's a little like, oh, what is
They're
this?
guarded.
What is this kid?
Yeah.
And what is he doing?
Right.
This is... Because clubs, to me, a lot of people just stand around and try to look cool.
Oh, absolutely.
And no one has a good time.
Yeah.
Everyone dresses up. Like, I go to nightclubs.
They're trying to look cool.
As scummy as possible.
I hear you. Yeah.
And just trying to break down those walls of, like, I have to be proper. And I have to text and
Especially
not
younger
enjoy
people
myself.
trying to create
trying
an
to look
image
cool.
or something. Yeah.
Are there new? Is the club scene always changing out there to where there's new clubs that are the big ones?
Oh God, LA's
Yeah,
like that
I mean the club
constantly,
scene. I think here, every major city, after like a year or two, each club is
goes away.
old. So now they got to rebrand and rebuild and
getting paid
turnover.
chicks.
Yeah,
right.
all the because it's all about hype. And if celebs or whoever's not going there anymore, then the clubs just.
I mean, like we're
Done.
talking about the most famous one of all time. Studio 54 had a shelf life of 3 years, if that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. You know?
I didn't
Pretty
know
much.
that.
I mean, there's
Yeah,
a few
really.
clubs in New York with like a 5-year shelf life, and you're blown away that it's still kicking.
Right, that's a long time.
That's a long time
That's a
in
long
nightlife.
time. That's all about new, because you could say that like each generation wants to have their own thing. Like I go here, this is
Yeah.
our place, you know. But
Wow.
It's rare that a place gets so big that just having your picture taken there is big just because you're there. You know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
What about
to
the
see
whole
recently?
What about the whole velvet rope thing? Is that the same as it's always been? Like getting in. Is
Yeah,
that the
I
same?
mean, I think it's harder now because clubs now completely rely on bottle service. You know, it's the whole idea like 2 dudes walk up, all right, you got to spend
you can
$1,000
get in
to get in.
It's literally like pay us, bribe us to get
Dude,
in. Yeah.
I mean, it's gotten to the point where Lucky Strikes has a door policy. I went up with like a white T-shirt, and they're like, no white T-shirts. I'm like, I'm coming to bowl.
oh my god.
Like, I'm not
Wow.
dressing
They're
up.
trying to
go
make
bowling.
everything hit.
Everything's trying to be like exclusive.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like,
And we're talking about like a bottle of vodka is to be brought to the table with. They'll bring mixers, they'll bring cranberry, right, whatever. And you and a bunch of broads hanging out in a box, and it's $1,000 for the bottle of vodka.
it's ridiculous.
My goodness.
I mean, that probably cost them 4
Well, yeah,
cents.
you buy a bottle of vodka for $1,000, and 2 minutes later it's gone because all the girls come over.
Right,
like,
they come
"Oh."
over, they drink it.
Yeah, and then you got to buy
there-
more.
And then you got 4 guys from Long Island have to go back broke.
Are there places that you? I mean, you're obviously on top of like what's the scene, what the
Yeah.
cool scene is. Are there places that you just won't go because of kind of they've lost something, or there's a bad association? Something's gone down there that
A whore was killed.
Yeah, I mean,
I would
across
go
the
there.
street we've had some
That would
shootings,
attract you.
around here.
Oh, God, yeah, this
I mean,
club
there's
is
some-
green room.
Greenhouse and Whip. I
Greenhouse.
used to shoot at both back in the day.
Yeah, now this place
back
is
in the day,
nuts.
but not
Back in the day.
anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they don't
Drake
hire me
and-
anymore.
Right.
I was there that night.
That the Drake
for the
thing?
Drake Chris Brown thing. We left like 20 minutes before, and then my friend was the DJ, and he was like, I was hiding in the
The
booth. 'cause I thought I was gonna
photos
get
of
shot.
that are insane. It looked like
Yeah,
it looked
it's-
like Gettysburg.
Dude, it's nuts.
Really?
It's insane.
Were you taking pictures the whole night?
No, I just came to hang out,
Oh, you
and
just
I
came to
left,
hang-
and I was like, can you imagine if I had those shots? Oh my god.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I was in Buckhead,
Atlanta.
at the night the Super Bowl party.
Right. Oh, with
Where
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis had the run in out in the street.
It'd be great if you had a
My
picture.
buddy
of
and I
killing that guy.
left 10 minutes before that all went down. Yeah, right. Similar, I guess. But yeah, that's another thing. I mean, you could be in some pretty scary situations.
I mean, I've got
Has-
jumped outside of a club once.
Has anyone ever paid you money for shots? Have you ever sold pictures to someone?
Blackmail.
No names or anything.
No. I haven't sold photos to like a paparazzi publication. I've sold photos to like magazines and.
But what-
stuff like
What
that.
about police? Have they inquired about shots?
No.
What about this? I asked the question.
FBI.
No.
I asked the question wrong. Has a celebrity ever been worried about what you have and paid you off to get the picture?
No.
No. That could be a little.
Usually they buy the photos from me for themselves. It's
Okay.
I try to respect that. It's a small industry,
Right.
and especially if I'm trying to build my name, the
Yeah, and
last
if you're
thing I
known
need
as
to
that,
do-
you're not going to last.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just they're not going to want to hire you. The
Yeah.
celebs are just they help build my brand too.
Right.
The same
And if you
both
prove
ways.
yourself to be cool in that situation where,
No.
look, I'm not going to publish this just to mess with you, then you're in,
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's building trust with all
Of
that
course,
stuff, right?
that's all it is.
Yeah.
So where's the next city you're going to? You got stuff on the books
I'm in
now?
Atlantic City Thursday.
Where you going?
Haven. It's like a
What's
nightclub
big
at the
there
Golden
now?
Nugget.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Nightclub.
Is that the
Haven.
it's
Haven.
new? Is
It's
it-
new. It's like a few months. I think it's almost a year old.
What's it in?
Golden Nugget?
Oh, the Golden Nugget. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, since the Borgata opened, and I have kind of an exclusive contract with them a couple of times a year. I do stand up at the Borgata. But since that opened, people had to step up their game. Then you had Harrah's with the pool. Everybody's really reveled or stepping up their game big time.
Yeah.
Atlantic City's a new thing now.
It is.
Than what it was 10 years ago.
That's yeah. And it's super convenient to New York. Everyone's just There's still no mass transit to there, though. That's
true,
part.
Yeah. You got to drive. But no, it's become way hipper than it was. Even, like I say, 10 years ago.
The girls are way better looking than they used to be.
It's beautiful. Beautiful women got her.
How do you get your work featured in all these magazines? You know, like Elle and Vanity Fair and FHM, Playboy. Do they come to you and say, hey, we need some shots of craziness?
I mean, you know, it helps doing shows like this. You know, stuff, you know, my name gets out there and they're like, oh, we're doing this article on partying. Can we send you out and get us these photos?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
just like anything else. They know of you and they know your work.
I'll get the shots that they want for that article based on my portfolio.
You help each other. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
You stick around for one more segment?
Yeah, of course.
We're going to talk more with Kirill, celebrity, nightlife photographer. He's all about Arizona. This has made me want to book a gig in Arizona.
Let's go.
I miss it so much. I'm going to let you know next time. We should go with the team.
I would totally own it.
That would be a fun weekend. All right. Let's work on that right now. Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Kirill's with us, nighttime nightlife photographer. So you said you're global. So you've done Paris, London. Where have you been all over the world?
Pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, not everywhere, but like Australia, Paris, London,
How
Brazil.
does Paris compare to like New York, or American nightlife in general?
It's very subdued.
Yeah.
And you would think the European culture is more open to
Yeah, but they're
exposing
moderate.
more, but they're very.
I've been there. Yeah, I've been there too. I have the same reaction. It's more laid back.
It's very laid back.
It's a cooler vibe in a way. Like, you know.
Yeah. I feel like New York girls try to emulate the Paris vibe, but they just
or whatever they think it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they're like trying to look too cool for school.
Is London? What's a European city that's most like? I would say London is the most American type city.
London's pretty good. I do a party in Zurich.
Oh yeah.
Which gets pretty crazy. Yeah. But I think because it's like a very multicultural city, there's a lot of Americans there.
Okay.
So I think that's why it has that vibe.
Definitely.
And I mean, it's fun there.
Where else are the craziest places you've been? I mean,
Australia.
Australia, I was there for the Gay Pride Parade, which was amazing.
Went nuts.
It was
Right.
intense. And that's a very Americanized like culture.
When you say nuts, like when a guy's seen what you've seen, what does nuts mean? Like sex on the street?
I mean, I haven't been there in 2.5 years, so back then it was nuts for me. Maybe now it's
more subdued.
It's more subdued. Like I've never done Mardi Gras. I'm surprised I don't do.
That's
like,
a very.
But that seems,
for lack of a better term, bridge and tunnel type crowd, I think.
Yeah, but
really?
that's
what it's become.
But I kind of enjoy bridge and tunnel.
Yeah,
because
you get good pictures.
You get good pictures because in New York, local New Yorkers go out and they act too good.
Well, St. Patrick's Day parade used to be.
Yeah.
Guys turning over cars, you know.
That's like, but that's what's fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
You know, I mean,
for someone like you,
you don't hear about rock stars, you know, burning down hotel rooms and throwing TVs out of windows anymore. You don't see that.
Right.
And that I wish I kind of grew up in that.
Oh God, yeah.
I would love to hear.
And every band was doing it. It didn't have to be like some hard rock band like Kiss or like the Eagles used to destroy rooms.
Yeah, I mean, Stanhope has that joke about being like, you know, when a town's like, oh, that town is 20 years behind the times. He's like, take me there.
Right.
That town is still fun.
Now, in New York, look, I mean, Giuliani saw New York as a dying city and he sold it out to Disney, basically. And what it misses is the fun, the grit, the grime.
Yeah.
But, you know, it might be like a prison if we didn't go that far. It was really, New York was getting really bad. But it was fun, man. It was fun. Like under Koch, under Mayor Koch, back in those days, and when I first started coming into New York, so much different stuff went. You know.
Have you ever done stuff like in Spain, like in Barcelona?
Yeah. What about that? You hear crazy stuff about that.
I went to Brazil though.
Oh.
Did you do?
I went for
Rio de Janeiro.
We did Sao Paulo for like Lollapalooza, but I unfortunately got sick.
Really?
I ended up staying in my hotel room.
What do you mean sick from like the water?
I don't know. On the flight down, I woke up with like a sore throat, and I legit stayed in every night, and I've never been more mad at myself.
You've really got to be careful down there with some illness you get on a
of
plane or
course.
something.
Yeah.
Like before you have spinal meningitis and you're
But
dead.
luckily,
Yeah.
they give you an 8-year visa, so I'm going back.
Yeah, go
So
back.
the World Cup.
Yeah.
What about? Oh yeah, right.
That
That's
should
a
be fun
party.
in the streets.
Are you going to go to that?
I might have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I mean, do you plan other things too? Like, what about Oktoberfest or just like huge
that's what I
want to
start, exploring too. Is just kind of taking on my own
Yeah.
trips, not always having somebody hire me and fly me out. Like, let me go explore.
Do it on your own and come back
like
with
the way Vice does some of their stuff. Like,
Yeah.
just kind of raw.
What is
and
Vice exactly? What do they do?
You haven't seen any of their videos?
No,
Oh my God, you would
no.
love it.
Yeah.
Vice just puts out these crazy videos from around the world where they hang
They
out.
go to events.
They hang out with like drug cartels and like trannies in Brazil. But
There's parties right there at drug
dude,
cartel.
they get access to the
How the
craziest
hell
people.
do they do that? You mean the show that's on HBO?
Oh, is that the show?
Vi-
No, but Vice.com.
Oh,
If you go to
Vice.com.
Vice.com, you just look through their stuff.
Is it the same
you could-
people? Maybe it is.
I don't. It's
It's the same people.
Dude,
There's a show on HBO called Vice.
I haven't seen. I only watched.
They had a website. I know that.
Vice.com.
Yeah.
Just go through their stuff.
but drug cartels? How the hell does that happen?
I have no idea how they do it. I mean,
Wow.
they have some crazy acts.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Man. A big drug cartel party. Ooh.
Yeah.
What can happen there? People are getting killed, probably.
Right.
Dude, what
Yeah.
about stuff? Is there anything that's so over the top or that? Like I remember one time I watched half of a beheading. That beheading that was. I couldn't watch it.
I can't watch it.
Stuff like that. So there's some stuff that shocks you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm human.
Yeah.
You know.
But some people you talk to like they're like anything goes in that world. And they say some scary stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Those people are crazy.
Like snuff video. Right?
Yeah, they are.
No, to me, like what I get away with, I'm kind of comfortable with it. I mean, to me, it's just like the human body.
Yeah.
Whenever
Well,
there's
that's- yeah,
nudity,
that's- yeah.
and there's just people having a good time.
Right.
I
No
don't
one's
really
getting
know-
hurt.
No one's really getting hurt.
Right. Yeah. Well, listen, man. Come back anytime, and you know what? I'll get in touch with you if I book an Arizona thing. It'll be fun. We
Dude,
should go
let's do
together.
it.
Yeah, it'd be a
course.
good thing.
You have a new video series too, right?
Yeah. What are you plugging here?
Yeah,
Plug whatever you need.
I decided that we should start like filming some of the stuff behind the scenes of what happens at these parties. So we started putting out a first video. It's got like 120,000 views.
Great.
It's cool. So we're just trying to
How
do,
do we
like,
find
follow.
that?
It's just go to my website, KirillWasHere.com.
KirillWasHere.com.
Yep.
We'll find everything. And listen, so maybe we'll do that. But come back anytime. Come
love to.
give us updates on what's going on.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Great. Thank you very much.
Kirill Bichutsky, and check out his work. KirillWasHere.com, and hopefully he'll be back on the show.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.